Las Vegas. More than 41 million people visited this vacation wonderland last year. But what if you want more out of Las Vegas than a vacation? Can it be home? This town will soon approach a population of 3 million. What draws us here and what keeps us here?
We are going to talk about 10 aspects of moving here and living here in case you're thinking about it.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now. How many times have you flown into the Las Vegas Valley for a vacation, pondered how much you love being here and how you hate to leave? Maybe you've taken a road trip with Las Vegas as your destination and thought, how great would it be to actually live here? Well, let's talk about that. Making a home in this 600 square mile basin surrounded by mountains and foothills in the Mojave Desert. Contrary to popular belief, or make that urban legend, we don't all live on the Strip. The valley sprawls in every direction with endless housing developments. In fact, according to statistics from 2022, there are 545,000 single-family homes here, plus over 300,000 apartments, townhouses, and condos. We must not have enough, though, because in the last quarter of 2023 alone, almost 10,000 new homes broke ground. Here's a side effect: having to navigate the perpetual construction zones, orange barrel purgatory, and banging your camera on the roof when you hit a pothole. New construction isn't your only option, though. Las Vegas has been growing by leaps and bounds for decades, and there are many beautiful established neighborhoods as well. This one is called Desert Shores. We've mentioned Summerlin many times on our channel, a vibrant master plan community on the west side of the valley that offers great quality of life. Now, if you have deep pockets, you might look at the historic neighborhoods just west of the Strip where all the stars used to live. Speaking of which, the median price of a home here is upwards of $450,000, a jump of 7% from just last year. Equally attractive to transplants is Henderson, second largest city in the state after Vegas itself. And just who are those transplants? Well, far and away, it's folks escaping Los Angeles and moving to a town where the cost of living is 35% cheaper. Off the Strip, Las Vegas is like any metropolitan area with all the name brand stores and services you'd expect. Those who track such things tell us that the cost of living here is just 1% higher than the national average. Now factor in this: no state or local income tax, plus ranking among the lowest in the country for utility costs, and it's looking pretty good money-wise. Now for groceries, it's the opposite. Let's take a look at one of the larger grocery stores in the valley, Smith's, which is part of the national Kroger chain. In our research, we learned that your grocery bill here is the second highest in the United States. The reason cited? Nevada is a landlocked state. That being said, we are also right next to California, so we reap the benefits of all this fresh produce all year long. Since we're in here, we'll take a quick spin through the store. There are 24 Smith's grocery stores in town, so there's bound to be one wherever you are. In fact, they've got almost 50 across Nevada. Although the focus of this video is becoming a Las Vegas local, we can't ignore the fact that you're in a world-class tourist destination. So, Why not take advantage of all the discretionary spending opportunities that abound, like here at the Las Vegas North Premium Outlets? Indulge in 40 acres of name-brand retail therapy in an outdoor environment where rain is almost never a factor. If you're arriving from colder climates and being outdoors is a priority for you, we've got a huge Bass Pro Shops that will get you outfitted for any outdoor adventure you have planned. The tourists love to wander through here, but it's the locals who buy the gear and put it to use. Nevada has always been part of the Wild West, and we're lucky to have a huge boot barn stocked with all the Western style and work brands we know and love. Picking out a new pair of boots is always a highlight for me.
Ow.
Turning to the weather, let's get this out of the way first. Yes, my friends, it's hot. This past July has been called the hottest month in recorded history in Las Vegas, averaging almost 112 in the daytime and barely dipping below 90 at night. That's why almost 24% of the homes in Las Vegas have built-in swimming pools. And I cannot even begin to tell you how much I miss this one. Outdoor living is one of the biggest reasons for moving here because heat notwithstanding, it's really great. Another consideration, winter days average in the 50s and 60s. What's not to love about that? Plus, if you've got even half a green thumb, you can enjoy blooms like these as early as March and April when everybody else is worrying about frost. Now, transplants from the northern climates, if you ever find yourself missing the white stuff, stay tuned. We've got you covered. The Las Vegas area is in the high desert Mojave and gets less than 5 inches of rain a year. So when it does rain, it's an event, and yes, we go out and record it. We also have some pretty spectacular rainbows because, of course, that sun doesn't ever want to stay away too long. Now, you've seen on the news flash flooding here when we get heavy rains. But as of now, there are 106 detention basins like this one, plus 684 miles of channels and storm drains directing the runoff to Lake Mead. It's not often that we have clouds, but we welcome them when we do because they tend to make for spectacular sunrises and sunsets. So, have you called the mover yet? If your yard is small or non-existent, there are dozens of neighborhood parks where you can stop and smell the roses. Take the kids to burn off some energy in an imaginative and colorful play area. Sit on the grass in the shade and read a book. Take a fitness walk along the edge of a world-class golf course. And let the dog romp with his pals. There are a number of large park facilities as well that feature tennis courts, soccer fields, and other organized play. On the eastern edge of the valley is the largest in the park system, the Clark County Wetlands Park. It spans 2,900 acres near the natural beginning of the Las Vegas Wash, with 210 of those acres dedicated to a nature preserve and 5 trailheads. It's a world away from the glitz of the Strip. Not to be missed is Floyd Lamb Park at Tahuli Springs, another oasis of 2,000 plus acres on the far north end of town. Up until recently, it was home to a beloved tradition every spring, the Las Vegas Highland Games. Nowadays, they're held at yet another great park, Craig Ranch. This event just illustrates how Las Vegas is truly a melting pot of all nationalities and ethnicities. You'll find countless cultural celebrations like this throughout the year. When you talk about quality of life here, you have to encompass the surrounding area and the richness it has to offer. Red Rock Canyon, not even 20 miles west of the Strip, has been one of our favorite escapes since the first time we ever saw it, back when the scenic drive had two-way traffic and it was free. The more crowded and busy Las Vegas becomes, the more we relish the stunning beauty of this national conservation area and the history preserved right here. Barely half an hour north of Las Vegas is another natural escape, the adventure that is Kyle Canyon Road and the ascent to Mount Charleston. Although it's a welcome respite in summer, typically 25 degrees cooler at the top, we chose to showcase it here in winter, just in case any of you yearn for a white Christmas during your first winter in the desert. You can always count on snow up here, and when you stop in at the Spring Mountains Visitors Gateway, you can even enjoy some old-fashioned sledding. Ooh, I caught him! Oh, I got him! In the opposite direction, half an hour southeast of town will land you in the charming town of Boulder City. By design, kept small and quaint, and a terrific afternoon outing. You'll find history, antiquing, fun food choices, and bighorn sheep sightings down by the lake. We love the desert, and we are so lucky to have the Valley of Fire just 50 miles north of where we live. How many movies and TV shows film scenes in this spectacular landscape? And you'll definitely want to make a day trip here soon after you settle in. Don't miss the hike to Mouse's Tank.
And we're actually expecting that tank to have water in it after yesterday's rain.
Yeah, all right, let's head down. I'll show you what it looks like. The hike starts right here.
And the resident wildlife.
Oh, I'm breathless.
Turning to the local sports scene, we have to start with the town's favorite sons, the Vegas Golden Knights. Their home ice is T-Mobile Arena, and you can't plan a more fun outing than coming over to Toshiba Plaza on game day. The pre-game show is an extravaganza. We expect nothing else. After all, this is Las Vegas.
Vegas, are you ready? Go, Knights, go! Go, Knights, go!
The view from the arena terrace kicks up the excitement, as does being inside for the game. If you had told me 10, 20, 30 years ago that Las Vegas would be a hockey town, I never would have believed it. I also need to point out, after only 6 years in existence, they brought the Stanley Cup to Las Vegas just last year.
Speaking of championships, we don't have any footage, but we have to jump in now and talk about our Las Vegas Aces, our WNBA basketball ladies team. They play over at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Mandalay Bay, and last year and the year before, back-to-back WNBA championships. Love our Aces.
Now, if you'd also told me we would have an NFL team that calls Las Vegas home, I wouldn't have believed that either. And yet, the Raiders season begins this weekend, and this state-of-the-art stadium has already hosted the Super Bowl. It's a great place to be for football fans, no matter who you root for. We may or may not have a Major League Baseball team in the future, but right now, we do have a AAA team. The Las Vegas Aviators play at a gorgeous facility in downtown Summerlin called the Ballpark. The ballpark has just over 8,000 seats with a playing field recessed below the ground level concourse. It has the largest video board in the minor leagues, 31 feet high and 126 feet wide. Let us tell you from experience, my friends, it's a great day out for the locals.
It is Big League weekend on Leap Day. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Oh, you know I couldn't pass up the chance to mention rodeo. If you've watched our channel for any length of time, you know all about the Western events happening at the South Point Arena throughout the year. But our town also has the honor of hosting the National Finals Rodeo over at the Thomas and Mack, and all the extracurricular events that go along with it. There's no place else a rodeo fan would want to be during the first 2 weeks of December than right here in Las Vegas. Food options off the strip? Oh yeah, don't worry, we've got all your national chains.
Chicken breast, broccoli, mashed potatoes, and a side of marinara sauce. It's the best meal at Applebee's, and I invented it.
But as much as Paula and I love Applebee's, let's go crazy and find some local gems. For breakfast, visit one of 3 locations of Blueberry Hill, a family restaurant that has been serving the Valley for decades. And let us recommend the standout menu item, a stack of their famous pancakes.
Fluffy heaven. Oh, that maple syrup. Ah. I had to close my eyes. They were that good.
Moving on to lunch, we're going to Nora's on Flamingo. Believe it or not, this place started life as a mom and pop in 1992 with just 12 tables. Now, it's a beloved local favorite still run by the same family, and their lunch specials are superb. For dinner, we're feeling like some Mexican, and El Dorado Cantina is the place where the decor is as colorful and vibrant as the food. El Dorado features organic, authentic, modern Mexican cuisine in an environment that can't help but put you in a good mood. And who can argue with filet mignon tacos for dinner?
They look absolutely fabulous. I can't wait to eat them.
Now, for a special occasion, here's a local's tip for you. Go to Echo and Rig. This location is at Tivoli Village, and there's another in the district. Per the management, Echo and Rig is all about the local community, and the prices reflect that. The meats and side dishes are some of the finest we've ever had here in Las Vegas. We give this place 2 big thumbs up.
It's so tender, so juicy, melt in your mouth. Fantastic piece of meat. What great flavor. Oh, awesome.
Quality of life also encompasses the arts and culture, and we're happy to say that Las Vegas boasts a fine performing arts venue called the Smith Center. Inspired by the Art Deco style of Hoover Dam, the center is home to 3 theaters in 2 buildings. The Broadway Las Vegas series brings national touring companies to the Smith Center. In fact, Paul and I will be seeing Back to the Future the musical next month.
Oh, this is heavy.
Remember that whole worldwide tourist destination thing? At the polar opposite of the spectrum, we have this, the Sphere. If you're a local, you have access to this incredible entertainment destination almost literally on your doorstep. Having just recently been there, we suggest you make plans to experience the Sphere itself. You gotta see it to believe it. Because it's Las Vegas, you get the chance to fulfill some of those dreams of seeing the idols of your youth perform live. A 60-something superstar that is still owning that stage and winning awards. An 80-something legend that tells you stories of the glory days of Las Vegas as if you were best friends. And a group of next-generation performers who keep the hip early 60s alive for new audiences. Paula and I always say, Everybody who's anybody in show business eventually comes to Las Vegas to perform. If you're local, just watch and wait. They'll be here. And finally, we have to give a nod to what really sets living in Las Vegas apart from other cities: the presence of those local casinos and all they offer. You are never more than a few miles from one of them, and they not only have all varieties of gaming, they've got hotels, a dozen restaurants each, showrooms, movie theaters, bowling, and great places to watch sports. And all in the most gorgeous surroundings. You'll wonder what you ever did with your time before you had them. Remember, too, you have dozens of options up and down the strip for trying your luck at the gaming, and we definitely wish you good luck.
You're at Encore.
There you go.
Well, looky there. Isn't that pretty?
But more often, I like the convenience of a little local pub with good burgers and video keno just a few steps from my truck. Since 1982, PT's Taverns have been a favorite in the Las Vegas Valley. In fact, I did a $100 keno challenge on camera here a couple years back. Try out the local pubs, and you'll soon find a favorite.
Well, my friends, if you're going to sit at the keno machine, maybe you need a job. So let's make that item number 10 on our list. What if you need a job moving to Vegas?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we actually missed in this video, like churches, hospitals, schools. We didn't get into all that, but we may do a second video on this, right?
We may. Museums, volunteer opportunities. We thought of a whole bunch more, but at some point we have to cut this off. So yeah, maybe there'll be a part 2. So let's talk about jobs. We have in the Valley 1.2 million in our workforce. Of them, 300,000 are in, of course, hospitality. Shocking. You would never think it, right?
Yeah. And guess what? UNLV, what do they specialize in over there? Well, they do have a dentist program, but they do specialize in hotel hospitality.
Yeah, they actually have a wonderful hotel management, world-class hotel management curriculum. So other things, transportation and utilities, professional and business services, education and health, and of course, construction. Another shocker. So those are the kind of major jobs. Although we have a heck of a lot of retirees in this town that are not working anything. They're just going to all those locals casinos.
Yeah, and having a good time watching all the nice shows that they bring in on the weekends.
Anyway, thank you so much for being with us. And we know, because you write us, there are a bunch of you thinking about moving here or have active plans to move here. So maybe we told you something you didn't know, or maybe we told you something helpful.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these wonderful, nice people, Miss Paula?
You guys, it is still hot. I put fall colors on today on purpose just so maybe the weather gods will give us a break. All the Southwest, Southern California, we're all dying over here.
We are going crazy over here because of the heat, but in a couple of days, it's going to go down all the way to the upper 90s. So we got that to look forward to.
Hey guys, thank you so much for being with us.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Everyone.